Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So we were doing circles yesterday. Do you have any doubts with circles or any other chapter?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually, I was looking at the previous videos for now. I have a doubt in limits, sir.
Okay. Ask away.
Sir, you had told that 0 power 0 is undefined,
Ah.
and you for that you gave the explanation that 0 by 0 is undefined. How can you
No,
tell
no, no.
0 power 0 is equal to 0 by 0, sir?
No, I didn't say it's 0 by 0. I don't think I said 0 by 0. If I said it, it's a mistake. Hmm. Right. So
Okay,
the
sir. Then
idea
how?
is anything power 0 comes out to 1 generally, and
Yes,
0 power anything comes out to 0.
0.
All right. So, but the thing is, 0 power 0 won't be defined this way. Okay. Because if this is non-zero, power 0, it comes out to 1. And exactly 0, power a non-zero component becomes 0. So it depends on what raised to what. Okay. So here we
Yes, sir.
use logarithmic form. Okay. Some a power x, some x power x, limit extends to 0. Right. So this is where we use the log form. We take x power x equal to y, and then log y equal to x log x.
Okay,
Right.
sir.
This is where we apply that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Varun, do you have any other doubts? Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Hmm. Let's just start the class, huh?
Sure, sir.
Okay. Then you're doing circles. Now we'll do tangent to the circle. Okay, so you have some circle given to you, x square plus y square equal to a square. Hmm. And y equal to mx plus c will be a tangent line. For that, what is the condition? Hmm. All right, so this is the idea. There's a circle and a line. They will intersect at exactly one point for it to be a tangent. Okay, the center is 0, comma 0. So the distance from the center to the line should be equal to the radius. Okay, distance from center to the line should be equal to the radius. Now the radius is a. I have that already with me. Now distance from the center to the line. How do I bring that? So distance from center, whatever, x1 comma y1 will be y minus mx1 minus c divided by root of 1 plus m square. Any doubts here? Distance from point to line is what I wrote on the LHS. Okay. So the point here in contention is 0, comma 0. So this becomes mod c by root 1 plus m square equal to a. In other words, I can write this c square equal to a square into 1 plus m square. Okay. So here, the equation of tangent becomes y equal to mx plus or minus a root 1 plus m square. Okay, so the idea here is that there will be, for a particular slope m, there will be two tangents. Okay, that's the idea shown here. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
so this is the actual way of taking care of circle. But for the rest of conic sections, okay, so I'm mentioning it now itself. For the rest of conic sections, what you do is you write the equation of circle as x square plus y square equal to a square. Now y square is mx plus c the whole square. I'm solving the line and the circle. All right. So when I solve for both, I should get one solution. Are you following? Okay, I put the equation of the line into that of the circle. So I'm solving for the line and the circle. So I get this as m square plus 1 into x square plus 2mc into x plus c square minus a square equal to 0. This is your quadratic in x. So the idea is x should have one solution, which means d is equal to 0. So for any conic, this is how we take care of the tangent situation. Okay, you solve both the line and the conic, and then what do? You put d equal to 0 because there will be exactly one solution. So b square minus 4ac, 4m square c square minus 4 into a into c. I'll write that as a square minus c square and put minus s plus. This should be equal to 0. So 4m square c square plus 4m square a square minus 4m square c square plus 4a square minus 4c square equal to 0. M square c square cancels each other out and 4 also cancels each other out. So from here I can say that c square will be equal to a square into m square minus 1. Sorry, m square plus 1. Right? And this is what I obtained here. C square equal to a square into m square plus 1. All right. M square plus 1. Okay. All right, guys. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
All right. So this is for tangent to the circle. Now, this is the slope form of the tangent. Okay. Tangent, slope form. Basically, you're looking for tangent with a particular slope m. This will be the form. Y equal to mx plus or minus a root 1 plus m square. Okay, so guys, please remember this. Please remember this. Okay. Y equal to mx plus or minus a root 1 plus m square. Second is the point form. Okay, so this is for any equation x square plus y square equal to a square, or x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. For either of these, okay, you are looking for the equation of tangent at a point x1 comma y1 which lies on the circle. Okay, so you're looking for the tangent at the point x1 comma y1 which lies on the circle. So you have to make sure of that condition first. You have to make sure that the point lies on the circle. So there, what you do is you write the equation as t equal to 0. Now, what do I mean by t equal to 0? I'm writing it as t equal to 0 because it's the same for all the conics. Okay. Now, what do I mean by t equal to 0? I replace x square with x1. I replace y square with y1. I replace 2x with x plus x1. I replace 2y with y plus y1. Basically, I replace x with x plus x1 by 2. And I replace y with y plus y1 by 2. I replace 2xy with xy1 plus yx1. I do this replacement, I get the equation of a tangent at a point x1 comma y1 which lies on the conic. Okay, on the conic. This is a must. All right, guys. Following? So the point form for both the circles, the first circle, the general form will be what? X1. For here, t equal to 0 will be x1, x square, plus y square will become y1, plus 2gx will become g into x plus x1, plus 2fy will become f into y plus y1, plus c. C will remain as it is. This is the tangent. As simple as that. Okay, guys? Just remember this. Whenever you replace x square with xx1, y square with y1, 2x with x plus x1, 2y with y plus y1, 2xy with xy1 plus yx1,
Then is
you
the
get the
equation of tangent, sir.
tangent. Exactly. All right. So you will always get the equation of a tangent. It's very handy. It's used in other cases as well. But remember this as equation of tangent for now. Okay. So what happens to x square plus y square equal to a square? What is the tangent for that? T equal to 0 version. This becomes x into x1 plus y into y1 minus a square equal to 0. There's no 2x term, there's no 2y term. Okay, so leave it. Okay, this is what happens. This is a tangent at any point x1 comma y1 to this circle x square plus y square equal to a square. All right, this is the tangent. Now, let's look at the.
So one
Yes.
second. Both the equation which you have written, both of it is for equation of tangent, no sir?
Yes. Both are tangents. I'm explaining tangents
Okay.
only, right? Correct. Okay. So I will be continuing tangents, but this is a subtopic in between, parametric form. Okay. Parametric form is where you use some parameter, p or theta, okay, to represent any point on a given conic. So you have some x square plus y square equal to a square. How you represent any point on that conic? Okay, so you have a circle with radius a. So each point can be represented as a cos theta, a sin theta. Okay, each point here can be represented by a cos theta, a sin theta. Remember this. All right, so a cos theta, a sin theta will be the parametric form for any point on this circle x square plus y square equal to a square. Now, what if this was the circle x minus h square plus y minus k the whole square equal to a square? So now the center is no longer the origin. It has been shifted somewhere else to some other point, h comma k. Okay. So what you do is you write this in the original format, x square plus y square equal to a square, where x is equal to x minus h, capital Y equal to y minus k. Okay. So this looks like that other form, right? X square plus y square equal to a square. Okay. So the parametric form in the new coordinate system. All right. This is where capital X and capital Y axis is. Okay. Small x and small y axis will be here. But we moved it to another point, capital X and capital Y. So h comma k is the point in the old format and 0 comma 0 is the point in the new format. Okay. All right. In the new format, it will be called 0 comma 0 in the new coordinate system. Okay. Capital X is here, capital Y is here. So in that, the origin will be h comma k. That's the idea. Okay. So I'm shifting the origin. So once I shift the origin, okay, to h comma k, I get the equation in this form, capital X square plus capital Y square equal to a square. And in this, and inside this, the ellipse, the circle will have any point of the form a cos theta, b sin theta. Yes or no? So in this form, it will be the point a cos theta, b sin theta. But I am dealing with the original xy axis. Okay. But here in the new format, capital X comma capital Y will be written like this, a cos theta, b sin theta. This is translating axis, guys. This is very important. So capital X becomes, remember, x minus h. Capital Y becomes y minus k equal to a cos theta, b sin theta. All right. So in the old format, capital X comma capital Y can be written as h plus a cos theta k plus a sin theta. It's not b sin theta, it's a sin theta. Okay, k plus a sin theta. This becomes the parametric form of your point on any circle. Okay. Suppose the circle is x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square equal to a square. This is what you do. All right. Suppose you have the equation like this, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. Okay, you will rewrite this as x plus g the whole square plus y plus f the whole square equal to g square plus f square minus c root of the whole square. Okay, so this is of the form x square plus y square equal to a square. Okay, where a is equal to root of g square plus f square minus c capital X is equal to x plus g, capital Y is equal to y plus f. Now here, if I'm trying to find the parametric point, okay, so we know that capital X comma capital Y for this equation of the circle will become a cos theta, a sin theta. So capital X is nothing but x plus g, and capital Y is y plus f. This is again equal to a cos theta, a sin theta. Now a here is root of g square plus f square minus c. I'm not writing that again and again. So x comma y, the point we are looking for, any point in the original coordinate system, will come out to minus g plus a cos theta and minus f plus a sin theta. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. Do you get what I'm saying here? Total, all the cases. Okay. Do you understand parametric form?
Yes.
So I changed the
Sir,
value of theta to get
parametric form I
any point.
understood.
Yes, Lakshanya, what did you say?
Sir, I told parametric form I understood.
I understood. Okay. I heard it. I thought you didn't understand parametric point. Okay, good. Now, this is the parametric point. Okay. Now, so now let's look at the standard case. X square plus y square equal to a square. And you need a line which is tangent to it in parametric form. Okay, so parametric form of the tangent will come out to, we know that it's actually xx1 plus yy1 equal to a square. Okay, t equal to 0. It is xx1 plus yy1 equal to a square. But we know that x1 comma y1, which is any point on the circle, can be represented as a cos theta, a sin theta. Okay, so put that in here. This becomes x into a cos theta plus y into a sin theta equal to a square. So now the parametric form comes out to x cos theta plus y sin theta equal to a. All right, so parametric form of tangent, this is also very useful. All right, so all these are pretty useful, so please remember all of them. Okay, parametric form of tangent comes out like this. All right, guys, any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay, so we have the parametric form of our tangent with us. Form, slope form, parametric form, all sorted. Okay, do this question. Find equation of tangent. Find equation of tangent making equal intercepts. It has equal intercepts on the positive coordinate axis. Okay, to the given circle, x square plus y square plus 4x minus 4y plus 4 equal to 0. Find the equation of the tangent making equal intercepts on the positive coordinate axis. You understood the standard way of finding the equation of tangent, right? You have some circle here. Is it in the standard form? No, it's in the general form. Okay, it can be written as x plus 2 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equal to 2 square. Okay, I add 4 here and I add 4 here. Okay, so x square plus 4x plus 4 is one complete square and y square minus 4y plus 4 is another complete square. Okay, this is what I get as the equation of the circle. How do I find the equation of the tangent?
We have to compare it with y is equals to mx plus c.
Okay. So here we know that. But then there's a problem here, right? Okay, so what's the center point? Minus 2 comma 2. There are multiple ways of doing this. Okay, guys?
Sir, you can compare those with capital X, comma capital Y.
Yes, that's the other way of doing this. Correct. So we know that there. So first we'll do Lakshanya's method, then we'll do Arun's method. Okay. So first, I notice that the center is minus 2 comma 2, and it should be 2 units away from it, the circle, and the line, right? It's a tangent. Okay, so we can see that the perpendicular distance from this will be equal to the radius. If it's lesser than radius, what happens? It becomes a chord. If it's greater than radius, they do not intersect. Okay, so from minus 2 comma 2 to the point, to the line, y equal to mx plus c. What is the distance? It's given as 2 minus mx, which becomes plus 2m minus c divided by root of m square plus 1 is equal to 2. All right. Now I can write this as 2 minus c plus 2m equal to 2 root m square plus 1. But then it's given that they make equal intercepts on the positive coordinate axis. So if they make equal intercepts here, or they make equal intercepts here, what can I say about the slope? Slope is equal to minus 1. Okay, so m is equal to minus 1 and substitute that here. So what does this now become? This becomes mod c equal to.
Sir, I didn't understand the part where you drew the equal intercepts.
Okay, so when you say straight line has equal intercepts, no? I said the intercept form is x by a plus y by b equal to 1, where a and b are the intercepts, x-intercept and y-intercept. This you remember?
Sir.
So now make the intercepts equal. Okay, so you get x plus y equal to a. Okay, now what can you say about y? Equal to minus x plus a. What is the slope here? M is equal to minus 1. If they just say they make equal intercepts in magnitude, this is also possible. Right? Where x by a and the x-intercept is minus a and the y-intercept is plus a. Okay, so there you can see that slope is equal to 1. But here it's equal intercepts on the positive x-axis, as in positive coordinate axis. So, you getting this?
Yes, sir, got it, sir.
Okay, so I'll get c square equal to 8 or c equal to plus or minus 2 root 2. So, which means our tangent should be y equal to mx, which is minus x, plus or minus 2 root 2. This becomes the equation of what?
So we have to compare it with that, no, sir? With y is equals to mx plus c.
Yes.
Then m will be minus 1.
M will be minus 1. Correct?
Sir, I'm not sure after that, sir.
Okay, we'll try the other method. That's fine. This method, even I'm not very preferential for. So you have the this thing, circles here, x minus 2 the whole square, y minus 2 the whole square equal to 2 square. And we have to find the tangent with slope equal to -1, x plus 2 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equal to 2 square. And we have to find the tangent. Okay. So first thing I'll do is, we have y equal to mx plus c, right? I will rewrite this equation as x square plus y square equal to 2 square. Okay. All right. X square plus y square equal to 2 square.
Yes,
And
sir.
then, okay. So now our line in contention will be capital Y equal to mx plus c. Okay. All right. That will be the line. So please understand this. Capital Y equal to m into capital X plus c, because we are dealing with the same coordinate system from now. Okay. So here, what will the equation become? We know that c square equal to a square into 1 plus m square. Okay. So our equation becomes y equal to mx plus or minus 2 into root 1 plus m square. And we know m is equal to -1 here. This becomes minus x plus or minus 2 root 2. Okay. This is where we get the correct answer. So I replace y with y minus 2 and x with x plus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 to get our actual equation. Okay, this is what is happening here. So now y is equal to minus x plus or minus 2 root 2. This is easier, right? Translating axis. Okay, any doubts here?
No, sir.
Did you guys get this? You just translated the axis. This is very important. Okay, this is very important for the topic. Now, is there any other method of doing this? Yeah, we learned something else also, right? Parametric form. Let's try using that. Okay, so we have some circle at -2, 2. -2, 2 is not even in this quadrant. Okay, it's here. -2, 2, and slope of this thing -1, m is equal to -1. Okay, equal intercepts. Now, the tangential, the parametric form. Okay, x cos theta plus y sin theta. Okay, capital X cos theta plus capital Y sin theta equal to, look, the center is no longer the origin. So you introduce capital X equal to A, and A is equal to 2. Okay, so I'll write this as y equal to mx plus c form. Y equal to minus x cos theta y sin theta plus 2 y sin theta. Okay, so from here I say that minus cot theta will be equal to -1. M is equal to the slope of this line. So m is equal to minus cos theta by sin theta, which is minus cot theta, and slope is equal to -1. We have this. Okay, from here I can say that cot theta equal to 1 or theta equal to pi by 4 or 5 pi by 4. Okay, all right. So substitute theta equal to pi by 4, 5 pi by 4 into this equation. So this equation becomes x plus 2 into cos theta plus y minus 2 into sin theta equal to 2. Substitute these two values of theta to get both the tangents. Are you following? Got this, guys? Guys, any doubts here? Are you following or not? Do you need another
No
explanation?
doubt, sir.
No
Great.
doubts.
Okay. I hope this was interesting for you guys as well, because this is what is going to continue for the next 3 parts also. Parabola, hyperbola, and ellipse. Okay. So now for tangent. Okay. Next thing, find the area of triangle. Guys, remember this t equal to 0 for tangent, right? Will be true for any conic. Hyperbola, parabola, ellipse, circle, doesn't matter. It will be true for any conic. Okay. So t equal to 0 will be true. Just remember that. Now, comes, okay, we will do a question. Find the area of triangle formed by positive x-axis. Find the area of triangle formed by positive x-axis, normal, and tangent to the circle x square plus y square equal to 4 at 1 comma root 3. Okay, so some circle is given to you, x square plus y square equal to 4. There's 1 comma root 3. They're saying you have to find the normal and tangent at that point also. So first thing we check is, does this point lie on the circle? So what do we do here? 1 square plus root 3 square is equal to 4 is what we verify. Okay. We put the point into the equation of circle. We see that it lies on the circle. So 1 comma root 3 is here somewhere on the circle. Right? Okay. So they're saying they've drawn a tangent. Okay. Okay. This tangent is not even touching the circle, but you get the idea. And you draw the normal. And you have to find this area. Okay. So how do we take care of this? So how can you find the normal? Can you find the tangent? Tangent? Tangent will be what? X into 1 plus y into root 3 equal to 4. Remember, xx1 plus yy1 equal to 4 because the point is given on the curve. Okay, so this is the equation of the tangent. Now, what about the normal? It will be perpendicular to this. Okay, so it will become root 3x minus y equal to k. And that normal will pass through the point 1 comma root 3 or 0 comma 0 also. Remember, it goes to the center. So for a circle, you draw a tangent. Remember, the normal always goes to the center. Okay, for a circle alone, the normal will always pass through the center. Okay, so 0 comma 0 satisfies this. So hence you can say k is equal to 0. This is the equation of the normal. All right, you know the normal and the tangent meet at the point 1 comma root 3. And we have to check where the normal meets the x-axis and where the tangent meets the x-axis. The x-intercept of the tangent will be, how do you find that? Simply put y equal to 0. You get x equal to 4. X-intercept of the tangent will happen at 4 comma 0. Now x-intercept of the normal. What do you do here? Simply put y equal to 0. And we know that the point x-intercept of the normal will be 0 because it is the point 0 comma 0 actually. Okay. All right. So x-intercept of the tangent is 4 units and x-intercept of the normal is 0 units. So we have the 4 points here, 4 comma 0, 0 comma 0, 1 comma root 3. All right. So this length is 2 units. This length will be what? Root of 3 square plus root 3 square, which is 3. So root 12, which comes out to 2 root 3. So what is this? So now we can find the area of the triangle, right? The area of the triangle is half base into height. We know that the tangent and normal are perpendicular to each other. So this becomes base, this becomes height. So here I get the answer as 2 root 3 square units. Let me check if I'm doing the same thing here. Yes. Any doubts here, guys? You find the equation of the tangent and that of the normal. Use the equation of the tangent in that point form. You have a point on the conic given to you 1 comma root 3. Easily find the equation of the tangent. Replace x square by x into x1, y square by y into y1. You get tangent's equation. Normal will be perpendicular to the tangent, goes to the point 1 comma root 3. But in this case, we can simply use the point 0 comma 0, which is the center of the circle, which is also the point. Okay. Which is also the point through which every normal of the circle will go through. Okay. Now, you have all this. Find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept to reduce the other 2 points. Once you have the 3 points, you can easily find the equation and then find the area of the triangle. Or once you have the 3 lengths, you can easily find the area of the triangle. Okay. So you get the final answer as 2 root 3. Any doubts here, guys?
So how did we find the distance?
Distance between? Okay, I just named the points. O, A, and B. Which
Yes,
distance?
sir. OA, AB.
OA. We use distance formula. Da? You have 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2. To find the distance between these 2 points, what do? x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. Or just remember, this is the radius of the circle. The radius is 2 units. Either way you can use. Okay, Lakshanya? I would suggest you use radius rather than directly using distance formula.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. And this distance we used, we didn't need distance formula because they lied on the x-axis directly. So this will be for this much. We use distance formula. Okay. So this will be the area. Any doubts here, guys?
No,
We're
sir.
moving on to the next topic. Okay. So length of tangent. So if a point is given x1 comma y1, and the equation of the tangent is given to you x square plus y square plus 2gx, some random equation is given to you, plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. Okay. So whenever you write equation of a circle, it's a healthy practice to make the coefficient of x square and y square as 1. Okay. Whenever you get a fancy equation of a circle, make sure the coefficient of x square and y square is 1. So this will be s. I told you what s is, right, in last class. 2gx plus 2fy plus c. This is s. What is s1? Guys, remember what s1 is? Substitute the point x1 comma y1 into s. You get s1. This becomes x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. Remember, t equal to 0 and s1 are different. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. These are things you should master. Okay. So this is the length of tangent. Look, so you have a circle given to you. Any circle, x square plus y square plus 2gx. Okay, so s is given to you, x equal to 0. Some circle is given to you. And from a point x1 comma y1, you have to find the length of tangent. What do you mean by length of tangent? So from a point, remember, you can draw 2 tangents. Okay. So how you solve problems using that is, you draw this midline here through the center. Okay, you connect this point and the center, you get the midline. Now, you draw perpendicular from this to the point of intersection, point of contact. Okay, this is what you get. Now you get 2 congruent triangles. This will be radius. Okay, that will be root of g square plus f square minus c. This will be the length of the tangent. Okay, length of the tangent is this length. All right. This orange part will be the length of the tangent. Okay, we have to try to find this length of the tangent, but we have a right triangle here. What is this length? So the center is minus g comma minus f, and that point is x1 comma y1. So that length will be x1 plus g the whole square plus y1 plus f whole square under the root. Okay, so we get this length here. So this square minus radius square will be equal to length of tangent square. So radius square is nothing but g square plus f square minus c. So what does the length of tangent square become? This is very interesting, guys. This square is x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus g square plus f square minus g square minus f square plus c. What do I get here? This is nothing but S1 square. Okay. So just remember this, guys. It will be true for everything. Length of tangent will be root of S1. Okay. Guys, are you following? The reason I explained that
Yes,
derivation
sir.
was because it's very useful while solving problems. You need not remember things like this once you see tangent and length of tangent involved directly. Okay. Involve this, these two congruent triangles. Okay. Right. So length of tangent will be root of S1. This is your takeaway from this. Okay. Next comes the concept chord of contact. Okay, Harish. Harish, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what time did you leave yesterday?
7 o'clock, sir.
Huh?
7 o'clock, sir.
Why couldn't you tell before leaving?
So I was having school, so I was in a hurry.
No, you never tell before leaving. So I'm just asking. Why do you do this?
Okay, sir, hereafter I will say, sir. Sorry.
You're onwards, okay?
Yes, sir.
No.
Sorry, sir.
Varun, you did the same thing yesterday, but I've noticed Harish doing it before. That's why I'm talking to him first. All right?
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
Now, we have the center here. Okay. And some points here, B and C. What do you mean by chord of contact? So you have a point here, x1, comma y1, with respect to which you need to find the chord of contact. So the idea is this, guys. For chord of contact, you draw two tangents from that point. Okay. All right. You draw two tangents from that point. They will meet the curve at 2 points C and B. Okay. Through C and B, the chord you draw will be called the chord of contact. Okay, guys? So chord of contact with respect to any point x1, comma y1 is what you get when you draw two tangents and connect their points of contact. Okay. You draw two tangents from that point and then draw the point of contact. Is this clear? Draw a chord through the points of contact. Is the figure clear? That's all I want you to understand here. Okay, there's a figure here, there's a circle. When I say chord of contact with respect to A, what does that mean? From A, you draw two tangents to the curve and connect the points of contact with the chord. Okay, this is the chord of contact. All right. Guys, is this much clear? What chord of contact is? That is the most important part I'm about to tell you. That's right. The
Yes,
equation
sir.
is very
Yes.
easy. Okay. Did you understand what chord of contact is? All of you. Okay. So chord of contact is there with respect to x1, comma y1 in this form. The equation of chord of contact is simply put t equal to 0. All right. So I hope this is a striking moment for you. Because t equal to 0, when the point lies on the curve, it becomes a tangent, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is what I want you to imagine. Yes. So you have a chord of contact here like this. Okay, so your point A is here, x1, comma y1. Now bring your point here, A. What happens here? They meet at a point a little closer, right? You get this as the chord of contact. Yes or no? You bring it closer and closer. What happens?
The chord of contact becomes closer to the curve.
It becomes closer to each other till what? Till that point x1 comma y1 lies on the conic. Then what happens?
Then it will become the tangent.
The tangent itself. All right. Guys, are all of you following this? Can you visualize this? You can see the chord of contact and the point coming closer and closer till they meet at the curve. Okay. All right. I hope you can all visualize this. This should be a tada moment for all of you. Okay. Did you get this, guys? The visual here? Please don't forget what chord of contact is from now on. Okay. Now, for all the three things, parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola, t equal to 0 will be tangent when x1 comma y1 lies on the curve, and t equal to 0 will be chord of contact when x1 comma y1 lies outside the curve. Is this much clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right. Easily this is. Okay. So for all of them, you're learning coding sections in one go. That is what is happening essentially. Okay. Now, chord of contact is done there. Okay, try this question. Chord of contact of tangents. Chord of contact of tangents drawn from a point on x square plus y square equal to a square to the circle drawn on a point drawn from a point on x square plus y square equal to a square to the circle x square plus y square equal to b square touches another circle x square plus y square equal to c square. Now prove that A, B, C are in GP. Okay, how will the figure look? What do we have here? We have three concentric circles. So there is one circle here, and inside which there will be another circle, inside which there will be another circle. A, B, and C will have to determine. Okay, so they are telling us that from a point, you draw two tangents. Okay, from a point on the first circle, you draw two tangents. You'll get a chord of contact, right? Okay, imagine chord of contact is like this because it is given that it touches the third circle. So this is the figure you get. Figure you have to draw, guys. Please be good at it. X square plus y square equal to a square is outer circle. X square plus y square equal to b square is the inner circle, and the innermost circle will be x square plus y square equal to c square. Now what do we do here? Guys, can you please try now? We can start with this. Let the point be h comma k, which lies on this. So the chord of contact becomes from the point h comma k to the circle x square plus y square equal to b square. Okay. So first thing is h square plus k square equal to a square because it satisfies this circle. Now the chord of contact will be xh plus yk equal to b square. Okay. With respect to the point h comma k and the circle x square plus y square equal to b square, chord of contact will be like this, t equal to 0. Remember that. Okay. Now, this will be tangent to the third circle. Okay. So you write this as y equal to mx plus c form. Or since this is tangent to the third circle, you can say the distance from origin is equal to the radius, which is c. So distance through this chord of contact from the origin becomes 0 plus 0 minus b square divided by root of x square plus k square. This is equal to the radius c. Okay. So you get b square divided by h square plus k square is equal to a square. Root of that is a equal to c. From here you can conclude that b square equal to ac. So since b square equal to ac, you can say that a, b, c are in GP. Got this? Any doubts? Please ask. Have you noted this down, all of you? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'll be moving on to the next question if you have no doubts. Right. Not the next question, the next idea here. Director circle. What is director circle? It is the locus of the points of intersection of perpendicular tangents. Director circle is the locus of points of intersection of perpendicular tangents. So if you have a circle and you can manage to draw two tangents from a point that are perpendicular, you can say there is another circle. Okay. So you can imagine those two perpendicular lines simply moving around the circle, right? Those tangents. Okay. Imagine it like a hat on that circle, just simply moving around. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these perpendicular lines will intersect at this point whose locus looks like a circle. All right. Since they are perpendicular, you can do this, guys. So here the center will be there. Okay. This will also be perpendicular, right? This is a normal and tangent. They are perpendicular. That is why this turns out to be perpendicular, by the way. Okay. So here we get a rectangle. Or is it a rectangle? This is a radius. This is radius. So this will be a square, right? You have some x square plus y square equal to a square or r square. Okay. So here, this will be r. The radius will be the diagonal of the square, right? And what is the diagonal? Length? Root 2r. Okay, you can imagine the triangle here with r is 90 degree. And what is this length? This will be the diagonal of that square. Diagonal will be root 2r. Okay. So the circle you're looking for has the same center as the one before, x square plus y square, equal to root 2r square. So this becomes the, what is this? The director circle, equation of the director circle. All right. So simply, if you have some x minus h square plus y minus k square equal to a square, how do you find its director circle? It's almost the same. X minus h square. Use capital X and capital Y here, basically. Y minus k square equal to, you convert the radius into root 2 times itself. Okay, so this becomes 2a square. As simple as that. This becomes the director circle. Got this, guys? So in other words, you can say x square plus y square equal to r square plus r square becomes the equation of the director circle.
Sir, actually, it's taking a little while to understand, sir.
Yes, it will take time to understand. But since you guys are not asking any doubts, right? I'm testing your limits. All right. So, but thank you for being honest about this. Okay, so you have a circle here. What is point of intersection of tangents, perpendicular tangents? That is the director circle. That is what we're trying to find. Suppose they meet at the point h comma k. Okay, they're perpendicular tangents. Now, from the point of contact from these tangents, I draw normals here to the center. Okay, so this will also be 90 degrees, right? This is a quadrilateral, so hence this should also be 90 degrees. Till here understood?
Yes, sir. Diagram part I understood, sir.
Okay, so this will be R, this will be R, this will be R, this will be R, which means this is a square. All right. So this is a square of side R. But the thing is, this point moves around the circle. Okay. In a circular fashion, this point moves. Right? The point P here, which is h comma k, moves around the circle. This will be the point of intersection of the perpendicular tangents. Okay. So here we know it will be some circle like this, x square plus y square equal to k square. We just need to find its radius. How do we find the radius? In that square, draw the diagonal. That will be the radius. So the diagonal length is root 2r.
Root 2r.
That is why we get it this way. So we can write this square's equation, as in write this director circle's equation like this: r square, or sorry, a square plus a square. Okay, this is the director circle.
Yes, sir.
For a circle. Okay. Now, for a parabola, the director circle is the directrix. Okay, just remember this. X equal to plus or minus a by e. I'm sure you guys know this already. For a parabola, the director circle will be the directrix. So from the directrix, if you draw a pair of tangents to the parabola, they will be perpendicular. Please understand that. Okay. For an ellipse, the director circle will be x square plus y square equal to a square plus b square. Okay. Now, do you understand what's happening?
Yes, sir.
You just replace one a square with b square. Okay. So,
yes, sir.
For hyperbola, what is director circle? X square plus y square equal to a square plus a square minus b square. So simply replace minus b square with plus b square with minus b square to get the case for a hyperbola. All right. Is this much clear, guys?
Yes, sir. We have actually learned this before. We just have to visualize it.
Okay. All right. So the locus of intersection of perpendicular tangents for a circle, ellipse, and hyperbola, this is what it looks like. All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in these three cases, it will be a circle. But in hyperbola, it can be a circle. It can be a circle. It can be a point. It might not exist also. Depends on the value of a square minus b square. If a square is equal to b square, then you get x square plus y square equal to 0, which represents the point, the origin. Okay. So for a rectangular hyperbola, you guys know what a rectangular hyperbola is? A is equal to b. Or the asymptotes are perpendicular. These are all rectangular hyperbolas. Okay. Or E is equal to root 2. Whenever you think of all this, you're talking about a rectangular hyperbola. So then it becomes the center. X square plus y square equal to 0 is what it becomes. A is equal to b. Okay. So then it becomes the center point, 0, 0. So only from the center can you draw two perpendicular tangents to the hyperbola. Okay. Now, X does not exist is for points where a square minus b square is less than 0. Okay, as simple as that. Does not exist for those hyperbolas like this, where a square minus b square is less than 0. Okay, for ellipse, this is the case. Okay, now this is the director circle. Now, chord of contact is the same for ellipse and hyperbola and parabola also. Okay, is that clear? T equal to 0. Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
length of tangent is also the same, root of S1. Now, equation of tangent. Okay. So here, equation of tangent. Okay. So you have the circle here. Circle is x square plus y square equal to a square. For for x square plus y square equal to a square. Now, slope form of the tangent is y equal to mx plus or minus a root, or wait, check this. What is the condition for this thing tangent? C square equal to a square into m square plus 1, right? So I'll write that as c square equal to a square m square plus a square. Okay. All right. So the line here becomes y equal to mx plus or minus c, as in plus c. C is plus or minus a root m square plus 1. Okay, guys, getting this? This is the condition. This is the equation. All right. For parabola, y square equal to 4x. And for ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. For hyperbola, x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. All right. We have parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola with us. So the slopes condition for parabola will be c equal to a by m. All right. So here it will change to y equal to mx plus a by m. Okay. So what you do is you have y equal to mx plus c and y square equal to 4x. You solve the parabola and the line together. So you write it as mx plus c the whole square equal to 4ax. And then you get a quadratic in x. You understand that the quadratic will have one solution only because it is tangent. Tangent having, as in the quadratic having one solution means d equal to 0. Put d equal to 0, you will arrive at this condition. M square c square equal to a square. That is what you will exactly get. Okay. So from there, you can conclude that c is equal to a by m. You get this equation of the parabola. For the ellipse, the condition becomes c square into a square m square plus b square. It's a slight alteration. Are you following? Okay. The equation of the circle, I can write that as x square by a square plus y square by a square equal to 1. Okay. So compare this and the ellipse. So y square denominator from a square, it changes to b square. That's the only thing that changes. Okay. Basically, ellipse is almost a circle. Just that ellipse is a circle with an eccentricity. Okay. So for circle, you can say the eccentricity is 0. For parabola, the eccentricity is 1. For the ellipse, eccentricity is between 0 and 1. And hyperbola, it is greater than 1. C square equal to a square m square plus b square. So the equation of the tangent becomes mx plus or minus root a square m square plus b square. Can you tell me the condition for tangency for hyperbola? A square m square minus b square. So hyperbola can be written like this, right? X square by a square plus y square by minus b square equal to 1. This looks like an ellipse. Okay, and then just compare that equation with this. That's all you need to do. Okay. So c square equal to a square m square minus b square. So y is equal to mx plus or minus root of a square m square minus b square. All right. Got this much, guys? Now, can you tell me the parametric form? Parametric point for all these. What is the parametric point for this tangent for a circle? The point will be a cos theta, a sin theta. Okay. Here it will be at square, 2at. Guys, I'm assuming you know this already. Okay. Parametric form of a parabola. For any point on the parabola, you just change the value of t. You will get different values. Okay. For an ellipse, it becomes a cos theta, b sin theta. For a hyperbola, it becomes a sec theta, b tan theta. Okay. So this is your parametric point, x1 comma y1 for any point on this. So your tangent equation becomes x into a cos theta plus y into a sin theta equal to a square, and a is common for everything. So this is what remains. For this one, y square equal to 4ax can be written as y into y1, which is 2at equal to 2a into 2x, which is x plus x1, which is at square. Okay. So from here, 2a will simply cancel out. You get yt equal to x plus at square. This is the equation of tangent for a hyperbola. For an ellipse, what does it become? X square by a square becomes x1 by a square. So x into a cos theta by a square. So a and a square cancels out. This is what remains. Similarly, the y term will become y sin theta by b equal to 1. This is the equation of tangent here. Here the equation of tangent becomes x sec theta by a minus y tan theta by b equal to 1. Guys, are you following?
Yes, sir.
All right, this might look like a lot to digest, but really it's not. They are all connected very easily. Okay. Chord of contact for all of them will be t equal to 0, t equal to 0, t equal to 0, t equal to 0. Just check the position of the point with respect to the conic. Okay, does it lie outside? All right, is this much clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's continue with circles only. Now, comes position of two circles. The position of two circles is what we are looking at. So here, one circle can be completely outside another circle. This is the first case. Second case, one circle can touch the other circle at a point. Case 2. Case 3 is when two circles kind of intersect. Okay.
So,
Yes.
so I have
Yes, Harish.
schools and I live.
Okay. Yeah. Easy.
Thank you, sir.
Please catch up. Okay. Please catch up. I'm talking about something important right now. So please watch the video or something. You get access to the video, no, Harish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So please watch the video. Okay. This part. This
Yes,
is pretty
sir.
important. Fourth part is here. Now fifth part. Is where the second circle is completely inside the first circle. These are the different cases. Okay. So here you can notice that there are no intersection points. Okay. So imagine the first circle has center. Okay, both circles are there. So center C1, center C2. And then center at C1, center at C2, the radii being R1 and R2. Okay, this much is enough. So there are no points of intersection. What can you say about C1, C2, the length C1, C2? It will be greater than R1 plus R2, won't it? Okay, just connect C1 and C2, you can see R1 here and R2 here. This is definitely greater than R1 plus R2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how many common tangents can you draw to this? You can draw 1. You can draw 2.
Only 2,
Right?
sir.
Not 2. You can draw 3 here. You can draw 4. All right. Okay, the idea is they'll all lie on the same line. The centers and the point of intersection will lie on the same line. Okay, so you can make triangles and figure it out from here. Okay, I'm not explaining too much about this, but it is much clear. There are 4 common tangents. Okay, there are 4 common tangents. Now, for the next case here, what do? There is one intersection point. All right. Now, how many common tangents can you draw? 1, 2, and a tangent through the point of intersection, right? So here, what can you say about C1, C2, the distance?
It is equal to R1 plus R2.
That is equal to R1 plus R2. So that's when you know both of them touch at a point. Okay. You have two circles given to you. You just check the distance between the centers and the sum of their radii. Okay. So you know where they lie with respect to each other. Okay. So C1, C2 is like this. Then, how many common tangents? 3 common tangents. Okay. I hope this was clear. Now, for the next one, you can see clearly 2 common tangents are formed. C1 is there, C2 is there. Okay. So here, what can you say about this? C1, C2 is greater than R1 minus R2, which is lesser than R1 plus R2. This modulus is not required. Okay, just remember this. This is such a case where C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R1 minus R2 and lesser than R1 plus R2. You have 2 common tangents and 2 points of intersection. All right, there are 2 points of intersection here. Now here, there is one intersection point. And here you can say that R1 minus R2 is equal to C1, C2, right? This is the center C1, this is the center C2. This much is R1 and this much is R2. Okay.
Sir, I
Mod of
think
R1.
R1 you have drawn it wrong, sir. It touches the circle. No?
Oh yeah, sorry. R1 goes here. And then R2 goes from here till here. Yes. Now, the next case. So here, how many common tangents are there here? There is one common tangent. And here there are 0 common tangents. And we can see that
No
C1 might even
intersection.
be inside. It will be here. C1, C2 will be lesser than mod of R1 minus R2. So these are the 5 possible cases. Is this much clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I give you 2 circles, can you find the number of common tangents quickly? Okay, I'll just simply give you 2 circles, x square plus y square equal to 4 and x square plus y square minus 6x plus 8y. Okay, minus 6x minus 8y minus 24 equal to 0. So quickly tell me, what is the center here? C1 is here, C2 is here. That's 3, 4. Now R1 is 2. R2 is g square plus f square, which is 25 minus c plus 24 equal to 7. So C1, C2, we get it as 5. And we see that this is equal to R2 minus R1, right? So how many common tangents?
1.
Okay, so you can, in your mind, you should imagine this case directly. Okay, it'll have 1 common tangent. You get 2 circles, you can figure out their relative positions. All right. That much sorted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now comes common chord. Okay. So you have a circle here. You have another circle here. This is defined by S1. This is defined by S2. Okay, there are 2 circles here. So the equation will be S1 and the equation will be S2. The common chord Okay. So when you write S1, just make sure the coefficients of x square and y square are both equal to 1. Okay. That's how you write S1 and S2. Now to find the common chord, you simply do S1 minus
Pass.
S2 equal to 0. Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, I was going to tell pass through the two intersection points.
Yes, yes, yes. It will pass through the two intersection points. So basically what you should do is you should solve for S1 and S2, find the two intersection points and connect them to make a line. Okay. But then S1 will have an x square plus y square part, S2 will have an x square plus y square part. These are the only second degree parts. They will cancel out. And I'm left with a linear in x and y. Okay. I'm left with a linear in x and y. And that turns out to be the common chord here. Okay. This is very useful. Please use this. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So if I draw two circles here, okay, I already drew them. I draw two circles here. This is C1, this is C2. Okay. We have to find the length of common chord. Length of common chord. What do I mean by length of common chord? They meet at points AB. The length AB is what I'm talking about. Okay, length of AB. Okay, that will come out to 2 root R2 square minus P2. Wait 1 second. So from the common chord, I draw a perpendicular from the center, okay, of the first circle as P1. And from the common chord, I draw perpendicular to the second center as P2. Okay. So R1 square minus R2 square minus P2 square, or I can write this 2 into R1 square minus P1 square. Do you understand what happened here? This is R1. So you can see, okay, so let this intersect at the point O. Okay. So now in triangle COA, C1OA, okay, R1 is here, P1 is here. So this becomes R1 square minus P1 square. These two triangles are congruent. So you get another R1 square minus P1 square. So combined together, you get the length of the common chord as 2 into root R1 square minus P1 square. Or if you're looking from the other side, it'll be 2 into root R2 square minus P2 square. As much is okay?
Yes, sir.
I think you can calculate it there. Just figure out the equation of the common chord. That is what you need actually. All right, just remember this part. Equation of common chord. This and all you can figure it out. Yeah, Pythagoras theorem you are using. When? Okay. Now, there's one thing I want you to remember. Okay, I'm sorry about this, but please try to remember this. We don't have time for the proof. Okay. Angle of intersection of the circles. So there are two circles given to you. You have to find S1 and S2 equal to 0. Are two circles given to you. You have to find the angle of intersection. So here you can say that cos theta is R1 square plus R2 square minus C1 C2 square divided by 2 R1 R2. Right, cos theta will be given like this. Now, so from here, you can find a condition where they are orthogonal. You can say that R1 square is R2 square. So what do I mean by angle of intersection of circles? Let's start with that actually. Yeah. Good. It'll be clueless if I continue along this method. So they meet at this point, this green point. Can you see? Okay, sorry, this blue
Yes,
point.
sir.
Okay. So there is a tangent you draw to one circle here, and another tangent you draw to the other circle here. Okay. The angle between them is the angle of intersection I'm talking about. All right. Got this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the angle theta I'm talking about. So you get R1. So when they are 90 degrees, when they intersect at 90 degrees, what happens? This will be the point C1, this will be the point C2. Then this will become 90 degrees, right? If this is 90 degrees, this will also be 90 degree. You get a right triangle here. This length is R1, this length is R2, this length will be C1, C2. So basically, cos 90 will be equal to 0. Think like that. Numerator will be 0. So R1 square plus R2 square will be C1, C2 square. Okay. So this is for two circles being orthogonal to each other, which means the angle of intersection is 90 degree. There is another condition for this, 2G1, G2 plus 2, F1, F2 equal to C1 plus C2, where S1 is x square plus y square plus 2G1x plus 2F1y plus C1 equal to 0, and S2, the second circle, will be x square plus y square plus 2G2x plus 2F2y plus C2 equal to 0. So these are the two circles. Then this becomes the condition for orthogonality. Please remember this part. This is the part I was sorry about. Okay. All right. You can prove this. It might take a bit of time. All right. But it is doable. But I would suggest remember this. Because proving it will take unnecessarily extra time. That's it. Okay. So please remember this. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir.
Now, we look at something else called family of circles. Okay. The first one is S plus lambda S dash equal to 0. So suppose two circles are given, S and S dash. Okay. This represents the family of circles through the intersection of the two circles. Basically, here you can see that the circles intersect at 2 points. Okay. So through these 2 points, we are representing all possible circles that can go through it. Okay. Guys, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are representing all the possible circles that will pass through the intersection of two circles. That is the idea. Similarly, if you have a circle S equal to 0 and the line L equal to 0, then S plus lambda L equal to 0 represents the family of circles through the point of intersection of the line and the circle. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's as simple as that. Now, all right. So yeah, 7:30 now. Fine, then let's end today's class. The circle is done. I hope the intro to hyperbola, ellipse, and parabola is also done. What I want you guys to do is revise these three parts, these three chapters at an NCERT level. At an NCERT level, there's hardly anything. So please do that much. Standard equation, and then like the conjugate form or major axis, minor axis, that form. Learn all of that and come for next class. Okay. All right, guys. Like somehow tangents
Yes.
have also been covered. Okay, so that is a huge progress. So that's why. Okay, so please learn this up and come, and then look through these formulas again. Everything will strike. Okay. You guys got this. So if you have any doubts, please ask now. Oh yeah, class is done.
No doubt, sir.
No doubts. Okay, the rest of you, any doubts?
No, sir.
Then thank you guys. Take care. See you in the
Thank you,
next
sir.
class. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.